What's up, everybody? This is Jose from Southern Life.
And Katie.
Welcome to Avon Park, Florida. You've probably been on Realtor and discovered this town of Avon Park if you're looking for affordable housing in Florida, and you're like, wow, that's extraordinarily affordable. But you probably didn't know why it was extraordinarily affordable. And on today's video, we're going to try to show you why this town is probably one of the most affordable places to buy a house in South Florida. Obviously, the first thing you see there is a squatted truck. That should just be one of the many clues. What's going on in Avon Park, Florida? So right here you got a Puerto Rican food truck. I could go for that right about now. That's pretty cool. There is an airport here, very small airport. It is close to Sebring, which is basically in the middle of nowhere in Central Florida. So I guess the number one thing this town has going for it is affordability. And number two, it's got a beautiful and charming downtown. It is inland, so you probably won't have to deal with a lot of hurricane damage directly. But that doesn't mean you're not going to be affected by hurricanes. You just probably won't have your house 8 feet underwater during a hurricane. So Avon Park also has some really good, it's got a good food scene. There's Puerto Rican, Mexican. There's quite a few really good restaurants here and really good American food as well. So I guess one of the positives of this town is that it has good American food as well. So there's another squatted truck. So you get the picture of what's wrong with this town. So we're now, here's a pink Honda Civic. So you get the idea just driving through this town of why it's affordable there. And you have a homeless problem. Well, your town ain't crap. So let me see if I can just show you guys. So this is like an abandoned Walgreens. You can see that people are hanging up their towels. So they're using the garbage can was as a landfill. All their garbage is there, and you can see here that you have some homeless camps as well by this Walgreens. Now you can see a few bicycles there, and actually there's a few more like beds and tents and stuff in the front of this building. So yes, you literally have a homeless camp at an abandoned Walgreens in a small town. So homelessness is rampant here, and this is a high crime little town. I think our truck is for sure less than 6,000 pounds, probably like 5,000 pounds. So is there somebody there? There's at least two homeless people there. And this is a do not enter, but I don't think anybody's coming to this Walgreens, so I think we're good on that. But anyways, yeah, like that should just be like the welcome to Avon Park. A bunch of homeless people outside an abandoned building. And over to the left of our screen is our third squatted truck. Right there's a black squatted Silverado, a newer one. So we've been in this town for 5 minutes and we've seen 3 squatted trucks. So
What that day?
like I said, that boy ain't right. But it does have a pretty cute downtown, and that is where we are heading to next. As we drive through here, we're going to enter the historic downtown district, which is actually pretty cute. And not bad for a town with a massive homeless population. And it's Socalo Food Mart. And on the left is another little Mexican restaurant. Can't remember the name of it, but if you like Mexican food, this town will probably make you very happy because they have a great selection of Mexican restaurants. So for the size of Avon Park, it's got a fairly decent downtown, which we're scrolling through right now. There's also a Maryland fried chicken. I'm not sure how that ended up in this little town, but either way.
It's all over small towns in Florida.
Is it really?
Yep.
Yeah. I guess. I've seen those things all over the country. I've never tried it.
I don't plan to.
Yeah.
I'm not big on.
I love how like
fried
I'm clearly
chicken.
driving slow, and then there's like people just like behind us. Like obviously, if I was in a rush, I'd be in the fast lane. I'm not.
People think because I'm big, I'm into fried chicken. That's not how.
That's not how you get big, right there. Mm-hmm.
That's not something I like to eat.
Got that Ace Hardware down there, and Katie is getting a little bit better with her breathing problems, but
Actually, it's improved
quite a bit, yeah. But you'll notice her breathing.
Yeah.
Please don't be mean to her about it. We're aware of the problem.
I am aware of it. It is getting
Yes.
better. It just takes something called time.
There's always some like, she knows she can't breathe. I'm like, no, I don't think she's aware.
Oh, no,
Thanks for letting us know that.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
Something that I am keenly aware of.
You'd think if somebody couldn't breathe, they'd be aware of it.
Oh, yeah. Like, you think I'm out here trying to run all the time?
She's barely walking.
I'm barely walking because of this.
But this is actually a nice downtown, considering how crappy this town is. Avon Park doesn't deserve a downtown like this, basically. That building's pretty neat right there. I'll tell you what. I don't even think they deserve. This town really doesn't even deserve a downtown this nice. It really don't. Like, it hasn't earned it. But that's probably like, if you had to find something nice to say about this town, that it has a nice downtown. Oh, and it's got like the nicest public housing complex ever. It really has a really nice government housing complex. So if living for free off the government is... Oh, they got a new mirror. Look. Oh, this is new. Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, if you're going to be in government housing in Florida, you want to be in government housing here.
They do really have some good government housing, I'll tell you what.
No other government housing.
This guy's just driving around. Like, that's nothing. Like, there is nothing to do here. Like, spinning around town might just be like one of the only things you can do in this town.
No other government housing has a beach out front.
They do have some pretty good government housing here. I tell you what, man. You just get on that Section 8 housing down there, apply down there, and be like, government came and took my baby type of thing, man.
Yeah, government came and took my baby.
The people here are kind of rough. You know, like, I look at arrest reports for this county. And, like, when people get arrested here, they get arrested with, like, 15 criminal charges. Like, people here, they don't go down with, like, 1 or 2 charges. Like, people here go down with, like, 20 charges at once. I didn't think they'd have schools in this town. Because I thought people here couldn't read. There's a school here?
Apparently.
Wow. I would have never expected these people to have a school. I just didn't think that's something they do here. Now, one thing this town does have is pretty cute and beautiful little houses. There's a lot of, like, pretty houses here. It's nice. The structures are nice. The problem ain't the buildings, it's the people that dwell in them. So, you know, not only is this town really affordable, but there are some really nice looking, especially like if you like older, like historic homes. This town actually does have beautiful historic houses. It's a nice looking town structurally. Problem is, it's literally in the middle of nowhere in Central Florida, and it's unfortunately one of those towns that just has a lot of crime going on. And, you know, living here, a lot of homelessness, really bad education. If you look at this town analytically, it's like really low income, really high crime rate. Nothing about this town screams move here. So perhaps you've been on that realtor website looking at these prices and thought, wow, what a deal it is to live in Avon Park. It's a lot rougher here than you could imagine. Highway 27 drives north to south along this town. And if you were to go in the opposite direction, south, you'd be in Sebring. And if you go north, you'd eventually hit places like Lake Wales, Haines City, and Orlando area. So that's kind of what 27 does. If you kept going on 27 south, eventually you'd get to Miami. So this is 27, which is like the main street with all the businesses and commerce here. One thing that I've always found shocking about this town is how there's so many homeless people here. Despite the fact, that dude's definitely homeless right there. I never really understood how just a small town could have just a large homeless problem. It's never really made sense to me. And if you're one of those people that has contemplated this town because of its affordability, contemplate how much crime there is here. This town is ravenous when it comes to crime. In fact, I don't know what's going on here, but it probably wouldn't hurt to investigate. Since we're here investigating, there's cops, there's like 3, 4, 5, 6 police cars, 7 police cars at the bank. All right. Maybe they ended a chase. And I was going to say, when I actually was talking about this earlier in the video, is that when people get arrested here, they don't just catch like 1 or 2 charges. When people get arrested here, they pick up like the whole book of charges. People are all nosy. All right, guys, so here we have a large police scene unfolding in Avon Park with multiple units involved. We have a pickup truck that is parked on the grass. They block the road. And like I've said earlier in the video, this town has a high crime rate. So this town, for some reason or another, just has a lot of criminal activity. And when people get booked up here, for some reason, they're not just getting booked on 1 or 2 charges. When people get arrested over here, they're getting booked on like 7 or 8 different charges. They usually flee. Let's say in Sarasota, Florida, when people get arrested, they usually will have, I don't know, maybe 1 charge. You have maybe 4 or 5. I'm surprised by how many police units are here. It's quite a few officers, but this does seem like a quiet scene. And I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to wait until we leave to do whatever they're going to do, because lately in Florida, police officers do not like to arrest people on video. Another thing that I've noticed in this town is that there's a lot of gang activity. And when I say there's a lot of gang activity, I mean like you'll see people with, you know, tattoos. You'll see the graffiti here or there. Like it's not hidden. It's, you know, there's gangs here, and that doesn't really sound appealing to me. But hey, to each their own. If that's what you're into, then bless your heart. There was somebody digging through the garbage can behind a business, and he was pulling out bags, and it looked like somebody had probably, like maybe like they were stealing from the store. So like maybe the employees put the stuff in the garbage and they had somebody else pick it up, because it seemed like they knew what they were coming for. Like we're hanging out behind these businesses, and this guy comes up, grabs all this the specific bag out of the garbage, and then left with it. These days, I think small towns in Florida have a lot more crime than bigger cities. Like, I literally see more crimes take place in small towns than I do in big cities. Like, we were recently in Arcadia, driving back, and I got this on video, but I didn't want to publish it. But I was at this gas station, and when I park at the gas station, I leave my camera rolling outside for B-roll. And this girl walks in to the gas station. She's homeless, so I know she had a book bag, so I pay attention to her. She walks up to the, so she walks in as I'm walking in, so she's walking in front of me. And as she's walking in, we're both going to the restroom, but she grabbed a bottle of like Mountain Dew and walked right into the bathroom with it. So I'm thinking, okay, she's definitely going to steal it, because I could definitely tell she was homeless. So as she's in there for like 15 minutes in the bathroom, I stood around and waited, because like the gas station has like glass in the front, so I can see her coming out. And I was just curious, is she going to steal this bottle? And sure enough, she never came out. When she came out, she left really fast. Like, she left like in 2 minutes, she was like 3 blocks away. So as soon as she got out of there, she bailed out. She parked her bicycle ready to go and everything. So when she left that store, she was gone. But I guess her technique was to walk right into the store, grab a big item, which you wouldn't think she'd steal. It's just a big item like a bottle of Mountain Dew. I guess that might have been part of the, you know, like if you see somebody walking with a bottle of Mountain Dew, you're like, they're not going to steal that. But she stole it. She had a book bag, and I don't know if she drank it. And I guess her method of stealing was like, I guess what she would have done would have been to drink it inside the gas station and probably flush the container down the toilet if she had a knife, or maybe she put it in her book bag. Point being, it's a very clever method of stealing, because, you know, she grabbed something, took it into the bathroom. The evidence could have disappeared. Yes, a bottle of Mountain Dew disappeared, but where's the evidence that she took it? So I think it was a very clever way of stealing, where somebody needed to steal food that could do it that way and be very likely not to have risk. You can see there's a car accident there, 4 cars piled up. Obviously, it's a Friday here. There's not that much traffic, so what reason is there for an accident? Maybe that was a road rage, and that guy ran into them or something, and they calmed down the road. Who knows? Who the crap knows? But anyways, these little small towns, man, like you see people committing all types of crimes out here. Um, like I said, last time we were in Arcadia, we caught that girl stealing at the gas station. And you don't see that in Bradenton or Sarasota and big cities. Like, these small towns have all become more crimey. Like LaBelle, Arcadia, Avon Park has always been crimey.